Hi everyone. Sean couldn't be here today. Sean couldn't be here today because he why didn't I plan this? Anyway, yeah, this is me. A few changes, obviously. I'm growing in the unibrow. A few other things if you're really into the small details, but I still look mostly the same, right? What color do you think would probably the navy, huh? This matches my shirt. Yeah, let's go with that. It definitely hasn't been a few days since I recorded, so let's get into the video now. So my name is mispronounced every day, both unintentionally and intentionally. Stop. So I figured I'd do all of us a service and give you the reason why Sean is spelled like that, or said like that, whichever one you think is wrong. Our story begins with the name John. It can be and has been derived from any of these names, and all of these along with John were used to create everything you see here, including Sean, obviously. Therefore, Sean and all of these names have the same meaning as John, which is Yahweh is gracious, God is gracious, Yahweh has been gracious, etc. Now that we know what our story begins with, we need to know when it begins, and in this case, it's the Middle Ages, medieval times. You may know that in Europe during this time, while there were established kingdoms, the territory they controlled was not set in stone and instead was constantly changing. People were constantly moving, which explains how a name like John could have so many equivalents in so many languages. This process was likely helped by the Crusades that started in the 1090s and lasted for about 200 years. If you don't know about the Crusades, they were basically wars between Christians and Muslims for the control of several holy lands, including Jerusalem. Sometime during this what belongs to who insanity, John got into the hands or mouths. It got to French-speaking people who transformed it into Jean, or more famously, Jean. You guys like my long johns? you should laugh, please. Following the Anglo-Norman invasion of Ireland, these French variations of John were now in Ireland, because the Anglo-Normans spoke French. Guess I have to explain everything. The Gaelic alphabet, in its 18-letter glory, does not have J. So with that in mind, and using the context clues, what do you think they replaced it with? That was a good guess, but no, they used S. We finally have our S-E-A-N, except there's an accent mark over the A so that its pronunciation goes from A to A. Taking names that start with J and fixing them up so that they start with S was actually the common thing to do for the Gaels. One good example is the molding of James into Seamus. You may have heard the term anglicization before, and linguistically it means to take a word from another language or culture and make it easier to say and or spell in English. This is an example of Gaelicization. Once the Irish began immigrating to other parts of the English-speaking world, especially the United States, the fada over the A was removed because Anglicization, and we got Sean. We also got this version later, and this version later. Sometimes the Irish even put the fada over the E so that it was pronounced Shane. And of course, that led to Shane. But there you have it. That's the reason why my name is spelled Seen and said Sean. I'm not going to be sticking around. I'll see you later. Bye. Hopefully that helped. Bye. Okay. Oh,